How's it going?
It's good, man. It's good.
The intro's the
Can't
worst.
complain. Yeah.
Um, welcome to the show. This is Joey Viola. Is it Viola or Viola?
Actually, they're synonymous with each other.
Okay.
Some people pronounce it viola. Some pronounce it viola.
Okay.
Obviously, that's an instrument, so
Right.
you can go either way.
Cool. We met at the songwriting workshop that we
Yeah.
put together, and
Yeah,
then
that was such a foundational event for me. I think, man. So
Very
I have
cool.
to express a deep appreciation for both you, your brother Matt
nice.
Monta, and all those guys that did that, because I think that was the first one I went to was about a month after I quit my job, and which was it's a free fall, and just having you guys there to walk through things was so cool.
that's cool, man.
Yeah, it was a very foundational moment for me.
Right.
That first one. And,
That's
yeah.
cool to hear. And you moved to Seattle.
Yeah, I did.
And
Yep.
Are you doing music there? I mean, obviously pre-COVID.
Quarantine has kind of shut things down. Out in Seattle, they have a live music band. They're just not even allowing like solo singer-songwriters to do anything. I plan on taking a long cross-country trip here in the next few months, and
Nice.
just to get some space.
Very
just
cool.
because, I don't know, this year everyone's been going through like whatever you had before quarantine, it was just put on max because you have
Yeah.
a lot of time to yourself. And, for me, I just need a little escape from the house
That's
and just
awesome.
getting out and seeing things. So
So for someone looking to move to a different city, what advice would you give them? Have you found it beneficial to your music? Or I feel like people might even like pay attention to you more once you leave, you know? That kind of like you don't know what you got till it's gone. Have you found that at all? Or?
Yeah, I mean, my situation's a little different because not only have we been kind of shut down, we haven't been able to explore things. In the Seattle local community, I was playing some gigs that went really, really well. But I think the biggest thing for me in moving was that growth that you're just naturally going to experience from getting out of your normal environment, which
Right.
was Columbus at the time,
Yeah.
and going out and seeing something new and experiencing that gives you a whole different lens and perspective on yourself. And
Right.
I think what it's done for me is remind me of what I care about, and who I am as a person, but then also it changes the sound. Like,
Oh yeah.
honestly, it really has. And
Huh.
so the next record that I'm going to do is called Heal, and it's all about like the healing journey of that, like looking yourself in the mirror and figuring out who you actually want to be, because I'm young, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But the sound in the album itself is completely changed
Very cool.
from where it was. So you see a lot of growth in the writing, in the songs, and how they're coming about. Definitely got some West Coast flavor in there.
Very cool.
Some like Beach Boys, stuff. And then
Interesting.
also, you can't be in Seattle and ignore grunge.
Right.
So there's some heavier tracks, but biggest thing is that growth, and to get used to uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's how we have to be as like sort of artists, entrepreneurs, whatever.
Right.
Like you have to get used to that uncomfortable feeling and recognize that and see that as growth, and
Yeah.
don't see all the fears that you have, that long list
Yeah.
that comes up and wakes you up at night.
Right.
But seeing it as more of an opportunity to grow and further yourself than really
Right.
anything.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'd love
Sweet.
to do a song. And this one's called Song to Change. It's off the first record. That's
Cool.
all I need to say about that. I'll sit right here till the words come out. I got 3/4 the bottle of whiskey down. Miss your touch, your love and embrace. Feel the breeze on my neck, a sober instead. Hold on to the string, and I pluck out and sing. E to an A. Why do I feel this way? It's always the same. It's always the same. I've been waiting. I've been waiting. If only I could have made you smile. If only I could have been there a while. You've been gone so long, memory escapes. If there were moments I could say, it would ease my pain. I loved you. I loved you, babe. Darling, I loved you. I loved you, babe. Darling, I love you. I love you, babe. Darling, I love you. I loved you, babe. Hold on to the string, and I pluck out and sing. E to an A. Why do I feel this way? It's always the same. It's always the same. I've been waiting. I've been waiting on that song to change.
Yeah, man. Nice.
Yeah, thanks, brother. So, my first question is, and this is kind of a fun one, but you've been playing music like for a long, long time, ever since you were a kid. But I was wondering if there was one song that you remember hearing when you were little, like the first song that you ever remember consciously hearing. Because obviously, like from like 1 to 3, we have all these like
Right.
weird subconscious memories, but nothing that really sticks. But
Right. First song that I remember hearing?
first song you remember hearing?
Wow. I don't know, man. That's a hard one.
Yeah, it can be tough. But.
Some people like have memories of like when they're 4 and stuff, and I don't have any. I really don't. So it's
Just
weird.
running around doing things, building
Yeah,
blocks
right.
and stuff.
I had stuff to do.
Or maybe like one that like came to fruition like when you were, a little older, like
Yeah.
7 years old. The first song where like Avril Lavigne's "Complicated." I was
Right.
7 years old, and I was like, hell yeah, this is my jam.
That's hilarious. When I was little, I remember really liking MC Hammer because that was my
Heck yeah, dude.
my childhood. So it was like
Awesome.
when I like 1990 would have been when I was about 5, 6. So, and my brother and I were into like Weird Al, really big into Weird Al, and so Amish Paradise was like the big thing at one point. So I remember singing those words. Wow. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're not shitting. You're not joking around with that.
So Amish Paradise was like a. I remember that being like one of the things that I remember knowing the words to, and definitely having like cassettes of that and MC Hammer and Vanilla Ice. Like it was all that. It was like the early rap.
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's the thing I remember, and watching like Michael Jackson's Bad on MTV and stuff.
Yeah.
So that would have been the first kind of thing, and I remember watching like Chili Peppers video. That I think we were at I was like at a birthday party at my own house, and someone's birthday party. I don't know. It was my birthday. I don't know. And my brothers or my sisters, and Chili Peppers "Give It Away" was on TV, and I think Flea is like he's like going spinning nuts. Around, yeah, going nuts. And they're all painted, like their bodies are painted. They're like caveman or something. I think that's "Give It Away."
Yeah.
And
that was the moment where you knew you wanted to.
Yeah, right. I actually, the thing is, funny is that I didn't like it. I didn't like any of it. I didn't like that because I was playing music at school and violin and stuff.
Your classic background. Your dad's got a lot of experience.
Yeah. And he played more jazz and more pop and stuff, but he so I think I just didn't really have the palate for that stuff. So a lot of pop music I kind of shunned away from. Just I didn't like it, but I did like MC Hammer and all that, and I don't know if that came later or before or what, but I remember not liking like Chili Peppers and stuff. It's funny because Chili Peppers is like one of my favorite bands, but just I think I was just too little to get what was going on there.
Yeah.
But that's definitely a memory I have, like, of watching that video and being like, ew.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny now looking back.
Mine's Kiss from a Rose by Seal.
Oh, I remember that too.
Oh, yeah. I have a very conscious memory of being at Minerva Pool, which no longer exists. We were up in Westerville, and I was about 5 years old. And that paired with the smell of cigarettes.
Oh,
because
really?
You could smoke at the pool then.
Oh,
too.
Interesting.
So
this is kind of my
what's it called?
It's called right now. It's called "Is It Any Wonder?" That's the first line of the song. Very original.
No.
People hate on Robin Thicke, but he's like a really good songwriter. But this is kind of my inspired by it. Is it any wonder that we ended up here? Two different kinds of people, multiply then divide. Do you think they didn't know it? The plan they had for us. Third party enters into the scene and interrupts our harmony. I just wanna feel it, the possibility. I gotta figure that one out. The chorus. All right, so we got. I just wanna feel it, the possibility. Things might get better. Things might get better. Will we ever go back to what we were before? Was it really great? That great after all? Can we reckon with our shady past? I just wanna feel it, the possibilities. Things might get better. Things might get better. don't really have an ending to that, but
Dang, man, that
it's getting
sounds
there.
so good.
Thanks,
Dude, I
man.
love that bass, man. You can just like that bass line, dude. Yeah, I'm
Kind of
envious of your playing style,
that
man. It's
underneath, yeah.
yeah, and then you got just some of those like seventh chords coming in there. You're
Yeah,
doing all
man.
kinds of stuff.
I love it.
Yeah,
Thanks, man.
that's yeah, definitely feel it.
So my next question for you was, what creative projects are you working on now, musically or not musically? Do you have any kind of quarantine projects or any like musical stuff that you're kind of working on?
Yeah, so I mean, within the uh, basis of quarantine, I think everyone expanded their studio in
Yep.
some form or fashion during this
Yeah.
process. So, picked up some mics, picked up some, this is RE20, picked up some other
Nice.
gear, and have downloaded Logic, man, and started
Oh
really
yeah.
playing around. So, the biggest
Nice.
project that I have on tap is an album called Heal.
Nice.
That I
Yeah.
was mentioning before,
Right.
and it's it's I finally kind of let go of trying to get somewhere with this. I think for the first couple years, especially, you're like, dude, like I want this, I want this, I want this. And
Yeah.
these are expectations that you
Right.
set for yourself. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this. Like it's gonna be good. I'm gonna get a record deal,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
And I think for me, over the past 2 years with music related, I was always like, all right, like I want to get somewhere with this, right? I want to make money doing this. I want to make X amount. I want to, you know, get rich and
Right.
famous or whatever.
Yeah.
And those are all expectations that I set for myself, and that some I have met, some I have not met.
Right.
But I think on this album, what was important for me was to just be like in a time like this quarantine time where everything's just up in the air and
Yeah.
there's a lot of external forces that are dictating a lot of things that are out
Right.
of your control. It was
Yeah.
what can I control, and that was me being present and in the moment.
Yeah.
And so that's what I took to this record with, and it's been the most meaningful project thus far. And I'll wrap that up in the fall. The other project that I'm currently working on is I've been starting to do like lo-fi beats, and
Oh, cool.
obviously I have my own digital marketing and storytelling company called Spark Storytellers. And so I've been working with that. I
Very
do a
cool.
lot of videos and produce all the music for the videos and stuff like that. But yeah, I've been getting into the lo-fi game a little bit, just because the sound got so popular, and I was like, I love that. A little
So-
some jazzy samples. There's a guy, Joey Pecoraro, that I listen to. It helps that we share a name.
Oh, nice.
But the guy's fire, and he takes these like old jazz staples from like the 20s, 30s, 40s,
Uh-huh.
whatever, and he takes the old recording, samples it, and makes something just wicked cool with it.
Do you have any of those up, or are you using them in video, or what do you?
No, like right now it's just like a side, like fun thing. I haven't gotten, I don't think, near good enough to be releasing those yet.
Right.
But it's just been fun to experiment around with Logic and just play
Are these like
around.
things that would just be like their own pieces, or are they like for like a hip hop type thing, or what?
Yeah, they probably just be their own pieces, and then there's
Okay.
also like they kind of bleed into some meditation style videos.
Nice.
So like I do a ton of meditation. It's an important practice in my life, and
Nice.
so I've been making like little, basically like background meditation videos, and I've also been able to hike and backpack and all
Right.
this stuff out in Seattle. So I've been
Right.
doing natural sample sounds
Oh,
with a
cool.
lot of that stuff, which is
Very
super
cool.
fun.
That's sweet. I've been making like hip hop beats, but I've been wanting to do that for probably 10 years. I feel like I'm quickly progressing, but I don't. I've sent them to some friends, and they're kind of like, "All right, these are cool. Keep going."
Yeah.
But I just love it, and
uh, Truth, that was recorded last year.
Nice.
It's a song called Moving On. I wrote it before left for Seattle.
nice.
and down and out. I can feel the distance, I can hear the sound of your fear and your anger, afraid to let go. I'm at the crossroads, and it's time you should know. Moving on, can't stop it now. Moving on, can't tell you how. Moving on, I get along, 'cause I'm already halfway gone. It's the road that makes the most sense to me, and it's not really loneliness when you have your two bare feet. Times get tough, get up, dust it off, vinyl record needle hits, and the band plays your song. Moving on, can't stop it now. Moving on, can't tell you how. Moving on, I get along, 'cause I'm already halfway gone. We've been through it all, through thick and through the thin. You stood by my side through it all and let me in. Now together we walk hand in hand. You turned a little boy into a good honest man. Moving on, can't stop it now. Moving on, can't tell you how. Moving on, I'll get along, 'cause I'm already halfway gone. I'm down and out. I can feel the distance, I can hear the sound of your fear and your anger, afraid to let go. I'm at the crossroads, it's time I go home.
Nice. Very cool. That was soothing. I was like meditating over here.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
That's
well,
cool.
And on the record, obviously it's full band, and George Barry just gets he went off.
Nice.
On a solo.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Sydney Sweeney's also singing background vocal for it, which she has just taken off in the last year with a bunch of like cool stuff. Really enjoyed listening to her stuff. That's great. She's got that jazz trio thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's awesome. I haven't gotten to see any live music, but they are doing the backyard kind of concerts, and I know she did one of those recently.
Yeah, this is quarantine related, but like how everyone's obviously changed process and things like that. We talked about some projects that we were doing differently, but how has it changed like your mindset with your music? Um, how has it, I guess, changed who you are
Yeah,
as a person and as a musician, both? I would say
I
as
definitely
quarantine's
don't
over.
value. Obviously, I can't value live gigging,
Right.
but I don't. I was trying to kind of transition away from gigging as much,
Mm-hmm.
just because you do it for a job and then it becomes a job, and um,
And
so
you and Andy both are doing it like every night in and night out. So
yeah,
that's rough on you. That's rough on fam. That's rough on
yeah,
a lot of things.
yeah, and I think that you have to kind of like hustle, obviously being a musician, and to be able to make money doing it. It's there's like a million ways to do it, and a lot of people, you just have to kind of find a path. So I think, and what our path was just kind of like, how do we get money, and how do people pay us to play music? My brother and I started out kind of very much the same uh, person, and then we kind of split off to do different things.
Yeah.
That's why I say our plan, but because we kind of did it together, and
Mm-hmm.
it was just kind of like that path of like, who's gonna pay me money. So it ends
Yeah.
up how it ended up being with us was like a lot of restaurant gigs, a lot of kind of like, as far as playing music in front of people, and some of them are really cool. Like some of them are cool, like breweries and patio gigs, and those are fun. And
Yeah. Yeah.
rarely though are they like listening rooms or people that want to really sit and pay attention. If you
Yeah.
have both,
Well,
yeah,
I will say that the first time I met you was at was before the songwriting workshop, and
okay.
it was at the Crest. You guys
Oh
always used
yeah,
to play,
right.
and I was working there. I worked there for
Oh, that's
years,
right. Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
we always got a little Shaw Brothers in our ear,
There you go.
and I was definitely listening to that stuff. What
The-
I mean, hearing you guys like hearing any two brothers sing together, or any family members for that matter,
Right.
with the vocal timbre, the voice, it's just like it's soothing.
Yeah, man. That's awesome. Well, I appreciate that. And yeah, the Crest was one of those gigs that was very rare because we played every week, so they were paying us and it's like feeding us, paying us, and we got to play for people that in Clintonville, it's like you really do. It's funny because there's no music venues in Clintonville, and
Right. Oh, there definitely
they
should
need
be.
them because
Yeah.
people. I've played at Lucky's Market in a grocery store, and people have like stopped and paid attention and listened. So I know that Clintonville is a
Yeah.
special place because people just like music there. It's really dumb that they don't have more music because the Crest was great. Every Sunday we played, and people were always there, and they couldn't do it anymore, financially. But I really missed that gig because it was like if I played that gig only, I'd be pretty happy. You know,
Mhm.
I'm not really playing out live a lot, and I'm valuing it a little differently, and just really trying to hone in on playing, um, writing, recording at home, and hone in on that skill. And um, I really want to. I'm moving into like doing some production for other people as well, so that's been really 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 fun. And I can play
That's cool,
drums and
man.
violin and stuff, so it ends up being that as well. Like, oh well, you're here, let's just have you play drums. So I've done two projects recently where we kind of did some like social distance masked up recording at Jay Alton's house, so that worked out pretty well.
That's
um,
cool.
and so I'm trying to kind of get into that. I got the beat maker thing, so I've been doing like people will send me songs and I'll kind of like program the drums. So like, all right, here's like a feeling that I'm feeling. So then what we do is later I'll just play them live, but you can kind of get ideas down without having to like set up a bunch of mics and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's been cool. Just honing in on stuff because you're at home. I'm trying to utilize that time though. I also am like realizing that sometimes it's just like survival, is productive too. Just like, okay, staying
Yeah.
sane and not doing anything, the not being productive, can be very helpful too. So
Well, yeah, you always need that sort of release and that break and that like processing time, especially with the situation that we're all going through
Yeah.
with the virus, with the election, with
Yeah.
all this crazy shit.
Yeah.
You need time to load, and honestly, when you get that type of time, it elevates your sound,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Think so.
Yeah. Well, what do you got, man?
Yeah, man.
Next.
Let's see. Glenn Davis. He is from the band Way Yes, and he does some production with used to be the Dick and Jane Project. Now it's called Wave. And
Okay, I didn't know they changed the name on that one.
Yeah, and he and I got together on Zoom and produced this whole song together. It was really cool. So I recorded vocals here. He did like all the the beat, and we made it together, and he did it kind of at his house. It was really cool. What if we told ourselves we're good enough? What if we said to the world, this is all I have? What if we know the way? It's deep inside. If we could get past the illusion, we're all alone. Maybe then we'd find the truth. I just wanna know what it would feel like to carry myself the way I wanna be. No more, no more fighting myself. No more back and forth. There's no need to hide who I am. There's no need to hide who I am. What motivates you to push through? What keeps you fighting for the truth? Look outside, the world's on fire, and all we seem to do is celebrate the liars. I just wanna know what it would feel like to carry myself the way I wanna be. No more fighting myself. No more back and forth. There's no need to hide who I am. What's right ain't always popular. What's popular, it ain't always right. I just wanna know what it would feel like to carry myself the way I wanna be. No more fighting myself. No more back and forth. There's no need to hide who I am. There's no need to hide who I am. There's no need to hide who I am.
Wow, dude, I love that.
Yeah, thanks.
I love that. Yeah. And
I gotta
just-
figure out how to play it.
I mean, dude, it sounded great. What I will say, Chris, man, is always like with your music, you're gonna get that positivity, and it's just like, dude, it makes me thankful to be your friend.
Thanks, man.
It's just yeah, you're constantly writing about like improving yourself, improving the state of the world, and I feel like that's somewhat of a moral responsibility as an artist to try to do that.
Yeah.
and it's cool, man.
Thanks, man. I don't know. I don't like songs about negativity, but I do have a lot of like negativity in my. I do have a lot of it there, but I feel like it's like meditation. If you repeat that negative stuff, then it becomes true. So like I try to
Yeah.
repeat, like I try to write stuff that's like, how do we fix things? How do we get better? That stuff. So that feels like my, it's good for me. It's good for my own mantra, and I hope it's good for other people too.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely
So that's cool that it
resonates
comes
with
through.
others.
That's cool, man.
Resonates with
Thank you.
me.
What kind of music listener are you? Like, do you like to listen to vinyl? Are you like a car person? Do you have to be in the mood to listen to music, or do you listen to music? Some musicians I know don't listen to music. What about
Yeah.
you?
I'm an interesting combo. I think a lot of the things you said make sense to me. I um, I will not listen passively
Okay.
to anything unless it's like jazz instrumental. If
Yeah,
there's
yeah, yeah.
lyrics involved, like I am
Mm,
in.
cool.
And I have to be present. So if I'm like
Yeah.
tired or whatever, I'm doing some instrumental stuff.
Interesting. Yeah.
But if there's lyrics involved, I'm paying attention.
Mm.
I'm studying. I would say car, huge.
Yeah, for
Obviously,
sure.
flip on the radio, put on Spotify or whatever. But I'm big on digging into things that aren't your Spotify algorithm.
Yeah.
It's so hard these days to navigate away from it.
Yeah.
They present it to you like perfectly
It's
in the
so
feed,
good,
and
yeah.
everything makes so much sense. And once
Yeah.
you play it, it's like, oh, these are great.
Right.
They
Yeah,
know me.
yeah. Yeah.
But I don't really like the artificial intelligence game. I think
Yeah.
there was this app, 8-Track. Do you remember that app?
Mm-mm.
It was all user created playlists, and it was kind of like Pandora when it first came out. But I was a big 8-Track fan in college.
Interesting.
There's a great radio station out in Seattle called KEXP.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they just do some fantastic stuff. So I've been listening to that a lot. And they'll go all over the map. But
Nice.
I make a point of varying out of, the Americana genre, which is a lot of my stuff,
Yeah.
into other spaces.
Does KEXP? It's like an actual radio station, so you just listen to
Yeah,
that.
it's like the coolest thing ever. You can go and tour it. If you're ever in Seattle, you need to go tour KEXP.
Oh, cool.
It's one of like the last all independent radio stations, out there that are doing. They've done such a stellar job of navigating to streaming.
Okay.
So they have a YouTube channel. They have people coming in all the time, and
Yeah.
and the tech behind this place is so cool.
Really?
You walk in, and it's like a community campus. Yeah, it's a coffee shop. They have a live music spot for people to gig, kind of like big room
Right.
here in town, just a little like bigger.
Right.
And
Yeah, I've
it's
watched
way
their
cool, but-
I've watched their videos online. They've obviously developed a reputation
with all the lights in the background. And stuff.
yeah, because I don't even know why I knew about them, but I know about them, so they've really developed a reputation. Because I love looking up those, because they'll do I think they'll do interviews too, and then they'll play a set. It's really cool.
That's exactly.
Okay, cool. So you have a song?
Yeah. This is a special song for me. I think during quarantine, I gravitated towards the sunrise. I've started waking up with the sunrise, and just that moment and taking that in, and realizing that no matter what the hell happens on this crazy planet and in these crazy times, that sun still rises every day.
Nice.
Sun is rising on a brand new day. Hey, hey, hey. And hunger was my yesterday. Lost in my mind was a familiar state. Hey, hey. Blazing on to clear a past today. Well, the sun, she's out there rising, and lights right on the horizon, and I don't know what's going on. We spent the night asking what went wrong. Oh, but I'm ready, and I'm hoping that's good enough. My darling, come back, cold warm sun. Can't you feel the warmth in her shine? Hey, went away with a tear in your eye. Oh, sit down, so please come on back, my darling. Come on back, cold warm sun.
Yeah. Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
The question for you, it's kind of twofold.
Okay.
So, what has music up until this point? What has music given you that you otherwise would not have had? On the back end of that, if you were to go back to yourself at my age or younger than that and give yourself one word of advice, what would that be? As a musician, as a person, really doesn't matter. Right? You can go either way with it.
It's basically
It's such a big part of your life.
Yeah, it's basically like everything. To say it short, I met my son's mother through music. Pretty much any friendships I've had, it's allowed me a kind of an excuse to like do a lot of stuff. It's like a vehicle, you know. It's like, oh, I need to go out. Well, I'm gonna go see music. I will go to drink, but I'll go see music, and it's meaningful to me. And you know, you got to be on a stage all the time, so you're definitely like it helps you as a person just kind of be able to get outside of your box and not be introverted.
Yeah.
Though I am still, and also of course there's like the healing thing, and I think meditation is a huge part of it for me. Doing anything singular and trying to be in that moment and being present. So music is like, well, you have to be present. My brother and I have developed a better relationship because of it. My dad and I see each other a lot because of music. So you know, I think that's just as good or better, you know.
Yeah. Way better.
Yeah.
Like if you were, you know, whatever, like 18, 20-year-old
Right.
Chris, what do you say?
There are things I'm like, oh, I wish I would have done that better. But so it's hard to when you're young because you have to know all the things. Yeah. You can't know them until you have the experience. So, but yeah, it's like I do think that if I was younger, I'd probably I would just say go travel all the time, play music everywhere you can, and just do that and as much as you can. If you want to be an original songwriter, that's the biggest thing for me is you have to reach a bunch of people because then they'll become your fans and then support you, which sounds obvious, but if you're only playing in one town or whatever, you only have that one town, and then a lot of those people aren't going to be your fans. We have a better opportunity now with the internet to kind of make a different career online and
like the Patreon stuff.
Yeah, I love that. And so right now I'm just honing in on putting that stuff out for my patrons because it's this is what I like to do. This is my art, and if you want to support it, you're already kind of they're already kind of doing that and just like making art. It's like that's what we all want to do, right?
Yeah.
So this song is about playing music. It's actually really appropriate. They said don't do it, you'll never make it out alive. They said you can, only the strong will survive. Well, I knew it, I knew that they were wrong. I'm gonna stay here, keep singing my song, even if my heart gets broken. I need this for myself. All this time in darkness, trying to prove myself to others. Is there a way I can let it all go? Let go of this and fear. This time it's different. I've made my mistakes, new state of mind, and there's plenty more to make. I wanna open up the doors and let love in. I wanna be part of the story, whether I lose or I win. Even if my heart gets broken, I need this for myself. All this time in darkness, trying to prove myself to others. Is there a way I can let it all go? I hear the cries, they haunt me at night. I must confess, some of them are mine. All this time in darkness, trying to prove myself to others. Is there a way we can let it all go? Let go of this fear. Ooh.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
The only person you have to prove it to is yourself.
It's true.
And I love that message in that song, man.
Thanks, man. That's a good one. I mean, I like it.
I love that. And it's just exactly what we were talking about.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's just like figuring it out.
Yeah, the other thing I would say, and I'm thinking about this while I'm playing, is like something I didn't. My biggest thing right now is documenting where you are, right? So it's like, this is where I am. That's what you should be. You should look at yourself as a self-documentarian,
Yeah.
as a musician, which I don't think we think of. We think we're gonna put a record out and people are gonna like hone in on it and get a bunch of
blow
fans.
up and,
Yeah, that's like not. That's really not what we're doing, especially when you're young, because you don't have any fans, you don't have any of that. So you have to put stuff out there, and not just a bunch of like whatever, but you want to document where you are and try to get stuff. Really, for me, it's like try to get stuff out as quick as possible, because that's where you are. That's what you're feeling good about. You should record it and then put it out, and then not worry about where it goes, because like the last thing I put out, like I got a really good response, and I really didn't. It was probably the least I cared about. You know what I mean? It's like I didn't care if anybody responded. I just
well, it's
wanted
one
to
of
put it
those
out
things
there.
where like the difference between expectations versus belief.
Yeah.
Like if I have all these sets of expectations for the album and how it does and everything, you're set up to be disappointed.
You really are. Mm-hmm.
But if you believe in something and you think it has value, and then you make it based on the fact that it has value, maybe like your last release, then it goes smooth.
Yeah.
Probably better than you expected.
I think too, there's something to be said, and we talked about this. The last time I did this with Gretchen is like, she talked about the ceramics, like this analogy where it's like one group of people tried to make a perfect pot, and the other made as many pots as possible, and then the group with as many possible made the better pot. It was like a cool analogy. It's like, and that's not necessarily true with everything, but like I found like I just keep putting stuff out, and of course like the more you do, the more with music and with like all that, it's like you have to have stuff out there. Someone's going to probably like it, and
you're not going to catch a fish with no lines in the water.
Right. Yeah. And you should be proud of your work too. You shouldn't just put a bunch of crap out there. Yeah. But yeah, like you said, belief. That's a really cool way of putting it. It's like I just believe in it, and I'm going to put it out there and not expect anything.
I think it has value. It has value for me.
Yeah.
And so naturally, hopefully, it resonates with somebody else.
Right.
And that's more of a payment to me. I'm realizing that is enough for me. That's more than payment for me. It's fulfillment.
Yeah. It's really hard because we're comparing ourselves to like these really successful dinosaur juggernauts, you know. It's like those people are 1 in a million, and it's not bad to have like aspirations for some kind of success, but you have to understand mathematically like the possibility of me ever being like John Mayer or something. You know,
don't let that stop you. If you get in that mindset of more of the manifestation piece of it and less of the expectations, like, oh, I want to win a Grammy. Like, of course, every freaking musician wants to win a Grammy.
That's true. I try to model myself after John Mayer or somebody like that, where it's like artist-wise, I try to take influence from them. I'm going to hire the guys I love, like the people around me that I think are great people, obviously, and really good players. And I'm going to keep writing, putting stuff out, and like be that kind of artist. And then no matter how much money it is,
you know, I can have, you know, $1 million. Does that make me happy?
Right.
Very quickly?
Especially with making music and art. Thanks for doing this. I think we're done.
Yeah, man. It's been a blessing and an honor.
Yeah, man.
Glad to be here.
But be safe out there, and
yeah, you too, man.
Yeah, good to see you, man.
Great to see you.
We'll talk soon.